What's up, YouTube, tube? I'm coming at you at a new location. Since our last time we have talked, I have moved across the United States. Not very key about that one, but you know what? We're here now. You're probably asking yourself, Candy, why are you posting this random YouTube video out of the blue? Now, ignore the background noise. It's because I am very passionate about the topic we are about to be talking about, because it makes kind of to no little bit of sense to me in the generalness of generalness. Now, before we start this video, or technically it's been going for a minute-ish, like 53 seconds, but that's okay. I am not hating on anybody for what they read. I am not hating anybody for what they ship. Kind of. I'm gonna bring up some ships that I'm like, oh, what? I'm gonna try to use art from actual artists for this video. So I'm probably gonna go on a deep dive later tonight to try to find like Instagrams of like the artist and be like, art from this artist. And I'm kind of talk in between each piece that I do. But first, we're gonna start off of what this video is. I'm gonna talk about Ao3. Now, I am an active Ao3 reader. May Zeus strike me down if I am lying, but that motherfucker is cheating. Sorry. I'm an active Ao3 reader. Was literally reading maybe 10 minutes ago. But we're gonna be talking about the DCU. The DC universe now. If you guys don't know, hold on. I have favorite characters in the DC universe. This is my Connor jacket I made for Halloween. Because I went as Superboy for Halloween. Input a video of my Halloween costume right here.
So wrong. You guys are funky fresh.
Donovan's been letting you watch those 90s sitcoms again, I see.
Lex?
I'm in your other ear.
Here. Thank you, Future Cadence. Now, you're probably gonna ask yourself, oh, if your favorite Superman is Superboy / Connor Kent, who's your favorite Batman member? And I'm gonna riddle me this one, Batman. Who could possibly be my favorite Batman character in the Batman family? I have more stuff, BTW. Again, insert a picture.
Nice team. Let's see what you can do. Captain America, Hulk, Deadpool, Wolverine, Doctor Doom, Spider-Man, 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 Spider-Man.
Did I answer a picture? Cool. I don't know. We'll figure out. But now, the point of the video that I am making and posting on the internet. Why? Because public humiliation doesn't exist when you're a cosplayer. So, let's yap, shall we? So, as an active TimCon reader on Ao3, the lack of TimCon stories, by the way, is actually really sad. Out of all the fics that I read, they genuinely have less. Tweak and Craig have more stories than they do. Insert pictures. I don't remember. I could probably have that wrong, so insert pictures right now. Thank you. Now, we're here to talk about 3 specific ships, and that is Superbat, TimCon, and Jonathan and Damian, and John and Damian. I don't know their ship name, never learned it because I don't ship them, because those, in my eyes, are children. and shipping children is bad. Tim and Con don't count. Technically teenagers. Tim is mortally 17. I'm 1 year, actually no, I'm 2 years older than Tim. So, it's not weird, and Connor is technically 16 or 17, somewhere around that time frame, but mentally, like, whatever. Now, again, back up to the main point of this story. Also, Superbad, I don't read it. I don't actively... Sorry, my girlfriend texted me. I don't read Superbad. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. Shoot the messenger. But I'm gonna yap about why I don't read it. Sorry, again, with my girlfriend. She's yapping about something. I'll probably actually pause this and go read them. But we're gonna yap now, okay? Actually, no, I'm gonna go read those messages. I'll be right back. Sorry, my girlfriend, it didn't pause. I had to make a new video, but I'm just gonna combine them. I mean, I technically paused it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Does not really matter. Sorry, she's talking about a video game. Hold on. Trying to get the angle. Okay. Now, on to the point of why I'm filming this YouTube video, I guess. Because I don't want to yap about it on TikTok. If I yap about it on TikTok, I'm getting 100% canceled. So, we're going to talk about it on YouTube. So, we have simply 3 ships. Sorry, I was listening to the background. We have 3 ships. We have Superbat, Tim Con, John, and Damien. 3 ships. Now, people on Ao3, hold on, I'm going to back you guys up a little bit. There we go. We have 3 total ships. And people love putting all 3 of these ships into one fanfic. Now, I don't know if about is words. I don't know if it's with you guys or if it's just my brain. But seeing all 3 of these in one fanfic, I'm not a huge fan of. Not a huge fan of. Because then it makes into this very awkward situation. So for one, I'm a Selena and Bruce shipper, hardcore, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, your ship doesn't deserve to live. No, if you ship them, if you don't ship them, cool. Who am I to sit here and snooze on your parade? Have fun with your yaoi. Have fun with your yuri. I don't care. I do not care. Do not care. I only care if it's siblings on siblings, which is like what Wincest is, which is basically Sam and Dean Winchester from Supernatural. I have actively tried to find a Wincest fanfic just to sit there and laugh at it with my friend. They're so stupid. Oh my god, they're so stupid. Sorry. Or if it's a Grayson and Jason ship. I know technically they're not really related. They're just adopted by the same man. Those 2 are brothers. Okay? Brothers. They are the brothers in the coven. If you don't understand that reference, you're just not nerdy enough, because I was an Agatha All Along reference. Love that show. I love Yuri! Which is why I love my girlfriend. But anywho, I keep getting distracted, my apologies. So we have these 3 ships. Now, I don't care what you ship. Do I think shipping children is weird? Absolutely, 100%. Is that the main reason I do not ship Damien with anybody? Absolutely. I do not care how old he is recently in the comics. I do not care how old he is in the animated movies. I do not care how old he is in the animated shows. That is a kid. That is a child. He does not reach the age that is appropriate to start shipping people, which is like 15, 16. That's when it's like okay to fully put people fully together in my eyes. If you ship If you ship below that, cool, do whatever. You be you, boo. You be you. But personally, for my mind, that's just this whole situation. It's like the whole situation going on with Walker right now, who plays Percy Jackson, the Percy Jackson show. He was, 14, 13 when the show was being made? And people were posting full-on thirst traps of this kid. I don't know if it's just... Ooh, that voice crack. I don't know if it's just the fact that I'm older than Walker by, like, a singular year. Maybe 2. I don't find him attractive. Also for, like, other reasons I don't find him attractive. But simping over a kid is bonkers to me. Walker is a child. I know he's a teenager, almost an adult. I'm adult. I just turned 18. But that still doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and be like, ooh la la. No. He deserves his own privacy. He deserves to see his own light. Dude, if I was a celebrity and I kept getting thirst traps of myself and I was underage, I would also be like, wow, that's really weird. And the fact that he had to make an Instagram post about how people were sending death threats to kids at his school, the females at his school, which is the reason he's not going to prom, is just jaw-dropping. Like, get your head on your neck. It's not that deep. Jesus Christ. Whoa, I went on an entire sentence ranted. I have a lot to yap about. But anywho, back onto our main focus. These 3 ships. Due to the fact that I am an average Ao3 reader, I see these ships daily. I see Tim Collin daily because I actively look for it. It is my favorite ship. It's my top one. It's my top one. I love a good Tim Collin story. Especially a clone child story. Oh. But there's not a lot of those. So I have to either make them myself, which reminds me I need to write mine. I've ghosted the next chapter for like a good solid 2 months. Sorry, guys. Oh. But anywho, people love putting all 3 of these into one ship, into one fanfic, and that realistically does not work. Because if you have Clark and Bruce together, and one of them proposes to the other, and they get married, then that makes John and Damien not work, because sorry, this is a lot of words at once. Because then that makes them an illegal kind of love, which makes them stepbrothers. It's that whole stepbro, I'm stuck kind of situation, and we're not into that. At least I'm not into that. I know there's some real freaks out in the world. I've gone to school with one of them. He's an entire different story, though. Ooh, he was bad. No one liked him. And then we have Tim Collin, which this can get a little iffy because Tim isn't technically related to Bruce in the slightest. He's just adopted. But he's adopted, that makes him family. And Connor is the biological son of Clark and Lex. Sorry, I was spacing on his name for a moment. He is the biological son of Clark and Lex. I'm probably going to put the movie photos up here, because why not? But he is the biological son of them. So he's Clark's son. He's Clark's son. I was going to say half son, but then that doesn't make sense. No, because if you think about it, he would also be technically his stepson, because he's Clark's and Lex's son, and then he's married Clark's. Well, he didn't know about him being made. He was made without his consent. I need to stop thinking about it. I'm going to stop thinking about it before I get myself thrown into a rabbit hole. But people tend to put these 3 ships into one fanfic. Realistically, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Even if it's just like Superbat in one fic and it's just Tim Collin. Again, it doesn't work. It doesn't work to me. Sorry, I had to make sure no one was coming into my room. Okay, we're good. It doesn't work. Because Tim is adopted to Bruce. Bruce adopted Tim after his parents died. It is what it is. And Clark, his biological son, is... Sorry, my girlfriend keeps texting me. It is what it is. You know, if you just think about it too much, it causes more issues than you... I'm literally proving myself wrong. Anywho, if you just put all three of them in a fanfic, it doesn't work. Because if Clark and Bruce get married, they get together, get married, get engaged, whole 9 yards, then that makes Damien and John not possible, because then that makes them stepbrothers. It's weird. I don't understand why people do that. I don't understand. Sorry, my girlfriend's texting me. But it's just this whole ordeal, and you genuinely, people don't think about it. I think they just write it and don't put actual thought into it. Unlike me, because apparently I put way too much thought into this to make a YouTube video about it. Because what's up, YouTube, tube. Sorry, I had to yell at my dog. Because then I just... Sorry about that. Once more, I do deeply apologize. But then it just gets into this awkward situation. And I understand why people ship Superbad. I can see it. The material is there. My dog's losing his mind because our brother took our bird out. But it's just, like, I don't think people genuinely think about it. They just write it, which, again, no offense, this stuff takes a hot minute. This stuff takes a hot minute to write. This takes a lot of time to process what you think is right and refreshing. This is me just being like, hey, friendly reminder. If Clark and Bruce are together and their relationship leaves further than a regular relationship where they get engaged, married, Damien and John realistically can't happen. Because then that makes it, again, a forbidden type of love, and unless you're into that, it's really weird. Same with Connor and Tim. Again, it just leaves for this really weird situation where you just... It's a weird situation. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I read all three of these, because I don't. Realistically, I only read one of them, which is Tim Con. Because John and Damien is weird because they're children. And then Clark and Bruce, it's just not my thing. But it's just, it's really weird in my mind. Because you have these people who write all three of these into one fanfic. And it's not like it's not a new thing. I literally see fanfics daily where it's all three of these ships. Like, you can do whatever you please with your life. By all means, go ahead. But for me to understand and properly, like, read a story, I realistically can't have all three of these. It's weird to have all three of these in one fic. And before you're like, oh, but you can just skip it and not read it. I do. I do skip it. I don't read them. Or, you could censor them out. Okay. That takes a lot of work to go in to be like, censor this, censor that. I don't care what I read. I have read really weird things before just because I'm too lazy to go censor them. I'm just trying to make a point and saying, wow. Sorry. Being like, wow, this is really weird. And before you go, oh, but, I don't care. Hate me, diss me, like, whatever you please. Threaten me in the comments if you actually dare. I don't care. I'm just pointing out what's obviously weird. What's weird? seen no one talk about this. I've seen no one point this out, and I will be the first. I will be the first that I know of. Because all three of these in one story is weird. It's weird. It's weird. That's literally what I have to say. It's weird. It's weird. And I see some weird things daily. Literally reading I don't know if I should openly admit this on the internet, so I'm not going to. But it's it's weird. Like, it's just purely weird. It's just weird. And you can ship whatever you ship. You can write whatever you write. I don't care. If it doesn't fit what I like, I'm skipping it. That's what you do. If you don't like a fanfic, you don't read it. I'm just pointing out what's weird in the DC fandom. Because the DC fandoms are a buttload of freaks! I tell you, freaks. They're freaks. And they know. My dog's being my Ao3 right now. And they know they're freaks. They absolutely know they're freaks because you have people out there who ship Jason and Tim. You have people out there who ship Tim and Damien. You have people who ship Grayson and Jason. You have people who ship Bruce and Grayson. You have people who ship Bruce and Jason. Like, if people think about it in the slightest bit, it's already a ship. The DC fandom is fucking weird. But I was a My Hero fan, so I can handle DC fandom. No complaint. Actually, no. This entire video is literally me. Sorry about the background. This entire video is literally about me complaining.